everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am filming today my daily routine, and I'm actually filming this because I have a baby, so I think it's kind of useful to see other people's routines with a baby. Or at least I know when I was trying to make a routine for my baby, I was looking up videos and posts online just to kind of get an idea of what I could try. I think having a routine with a baby is so important because it allows you to know when you have free time for yourself, or to cook, or to do stuff around the house, do things for yourself. I find that having a set routine really helps me know when I can get my YouTube stuff done, when I can film, when I can edit and things like that. So it definitely gives me more freedom in a sense, and yeah, I just feel like it's working out really well for us for now. So I'm going to share with you our routine, which I think this has started at around 6 months, the routine that we currently have, like with the naps and everything. So yeah, I think this has started about 6 months. We did have a routine beforehand, but it was a little bit different. Not every day is the same, obviously. This is usually what happens, but some days it just goes wrong and the naps happen like sporadically, but usually this is the schedule that we kind of stick to. So at around 6 to 6:30 a.m. is when I try to get up, which hasn't happened lately because we've just had a few rough nights with him. I think it's because of teething, but usually when he sleeps pretty well through the night, I will try to wake up at 6 to 6:30 so that I get to pump before he wakes up, and I get to kind of get myself ready and take a shower and things like that, do my hair. Yeah, just kind of having half an hour to an hour before he wakes up is really nice because it kind of, I feel like it kind of gets me ahead of the day, and I feel more in control, if that makes sense. It might sound a little bit silly, but yeah, I just really appreciate the time for myself before Victor wakes up. Then Victor will usually wake up at around 7. He rarely wakes up at another hour, so yeah, usually 7 is wake up time. And the first thing I will do is give him his milk. Normally I give him expressed breast milk, and then I will change his nappy because that's definitely needed first thing in the morning, and you know, change his clothes if I need to, but usually I'll just leave him in his PJs until a little bit later. After his milk feed, we go in the kitchen and I start making breakfast for us and for him as well. And we're doing a mix of purees and baby-led weaning at the moment. So yeah, at around 8 he will have his breakfast and we will have ours as well. And I give him some sort of cereal in the morning, or yogurt, some fruit, also some finger food. Like I sometimes give him a full banana and he will munch on that. So yeah, it just kind of depends on the day. So yeah, 8 a.m. is breakfast time. And recently my husband has started doing this thing which I love, is he takes him out for 20 minutes to half an hour, just like around the block with a stroller. So that usually happens from about 8:30 to 9, and that's just amazing because I get to clean up the kitchen, because our kitchen usually looks like a bomb exploded after breakfast. I don't really know why, but I just feel like we get so much stuff out on the counters that it just looks crazy, and Victor drops food on the floor, and I definitely need to give it a good clean after breakfast. So while he's out with Victor, I managed to get everything ready, make the beds maybe, and yeah, just kind of get everything ready before they come back. At 9 a.m. is his first nap time, so he will usually only last for about 2 hours in the morning. And I've always found this so weird that babies actually last for a shorter period of time awake during the morning than they do later in the evening. You would think it's the other way around because they just woke up from, you know, sleeping all night long, but it's just really weird. So in the morning he will only last for 2 hours, and then he will last progressively longer throughout the day, and he will usually sleep for an hour to an hour and a half. That's usually his nap time. During that nap is usually when I will film my videos, or I will edit or blog, or just kind of get myself ready if I haven't managed to do that yet. Yeah, it's just kind of like me time, I would call it, because I get to do some things for myself, or you know, for my YouTube channel. And yeah, it's currently his first nap time while I'm filming this, in case you're wondering. It's about 10 a.m. so I'm not sure if he's gonna sleep for too much longer, but yeah. So yeah, he will usually be awake by 10:30. Then at around 11, or like 10:30 to 11 is when he will have his next milk feed, and we try to go out right after that. So I will give him his milk, change his nappy, and we will go out on a walk. We just go, like if I need groceries, we will go together to the grocery store or to the mall, just to kind of spend, like waste some time if I have nothing planned that day. Or we will go to the park. Yeah, it kind of depends on the weather. We've had quite a rainy week last week, so we've kind of been spending a lot of time indoors, like in grocery stores and malls and things like that. Just anything to get us out of the house, because I feel like if I stay inside with him all day long, we will both go crazy actually. So yeah, I definitely feel like outings with a baby keep you sane. So yeah, if you're having a hard time with your baby, definitely try to do that, because before I went out with him like this regularly, I just felt like I was going crazy. When we come back from our little outing, we will have lunch, and that usually happens at around 12:30 to 1 maybe, so it kind of depends on when we arrive home. So I will give him some sort of vegetable puree with meat, also some finger foods. I will also give him some snacks if he needs them when we're outside, but usually he's fine until we come home. So yeah, that's usually his lunch, and I will also have lunch at around that time. At around 2 p.m. is his second nap of the day, and that's also about an hour to an hour and a half long. He maybe sleeps for 2 hours, which I never let him sleep past 4 p.m. because if I do, it will mess up his bedtime. So yeah, he can sleep up until 4 p.m. but if he goes longer than that, I will just have to wake him up. And it's quite funny because if I try to wake him up, I just pull the curtains open and he will immediately wake up. Like, I don't have to do anything, I just open the curtains and he's wide awake. Yeah, that's his second nap time, and during that time I will clean up in the kitchen from lunch. I will usually blog if I have time. Yeah, I feel like I just spend most of my nap times working on my channel or blogging or cleaning. If I'm having quite a tiring day, then I will just lay in bed or lay on the couch and watch some TV shows, but that quite rarely happens. So at 4 p.m. at the latest, he will wake up and I will give him his next milk feed at that time. And he will also have a snack of yogurt maybe. That's usually the time when I will give him his yogurt. And then we will also try to go out and do something. We've had some playgroups that we attended, but they're not really too regular, so we don't really go like on a weekly basis, for now at least. But yeah, we try to go out, we go to a park, we go just anywhere to get out of the house. So yeah, 5 p.m. is another activity outside, and then we come back home and I start cooking dinner for us and for him if I need to. And at around 7 p.m. is when he will have his dinner, or actually 6:30 to 7, it kind of depends. And he will have some sort of vegetable puree with meat as well. And I try to do a variety of purees, and I make quite a big batch during the weekend, and then it will last me for the entire week, which I think is really nice because it's really daunting to have to cook little portions every single day. It kind of ensures that I give him fresh homemade meals all week long mostly. So yeah, he will have a main course of puree like that, and then he will also have some finger foods depending on what we are eating. Sometimes I'll give him sweet potato fries or yeah, I don't know, just random things that we're eating that I find baby appropriate. Then 7:30 p.m. is bath time. Usually we don't do this every single day. We try to do this every other day, but you know, it kind of depends. If he got really messy at dinner, then I will give him a bath even though it's not bath night. Yeah, it kind of depends, but we try to give him a bath at 7:30 because I leave him in the bath for about 20 minutes. Then at around 10 to 8 I will take him out of the bath, and then I will give him his last milk feed of the day, and yeah, I'll just do his bedtime routine and then put him to bed. And 8 p.m. is bedtime in our house, and I really love this schedule where he goes to sleep quite early because that allows us to have some alone time, like no babies, no responsibilities. It's nice to have a few hours after his bedtime where you just you know, relax and do nothing and watch TV shows or whatever. And he will go to sleep at 8 and he will sleep up until usually around 3-4 a.m. when he will have another milk feed, and then he wakes up at 7 the next day and the whole thing starts over again. So I hope you found this useful if you have a baby and you're trying to get into a routine yourself. So that's about it for our routine. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you have an awesome day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!